Hello everyone, this is Cicero here. Today I'll be doing a series on my channel where I read one of the many Skyrim books or notes. Now, I'm sure other YouTubers have done this, and simply, I just like reading, and I want to do this for you all, and I'm going to be reading every book, note, or whatever I can find. Today, we're going to be reading Runil's Journal. Nosy, eh? 17. Second Seed. It has been a long time since I've written an entry in this journal. I admit with some embarrassment then that when I pulled it down from the shelf, I nearly choked on the dust that flew. There is little to tell, but did suffer another awful nightmare of the war. I suppose this is an affliction common to many who must see the horrors of war firsthand. Writing about it has already helped me to feel better. 19. Second Seed. Received a letter from Erinders in Whiterun. He has invited me to visit, and I intend to accept. It has been a long time since I was in the city. My only fear is the Thalmor. I have heard that they and their agents are abroad in Skyrim, rooting out the worshippers of Talos. I must be sure to keep a low profile. 28. Second Seed. Returning from my trip to Whiterun to find very few flowers have bloomed here. The rest of Skyrim is covered in blooms of fiery reds and piercing blues, but only a scarce few have appeared in or near the town. I'll make it my mission to change that. We could use some flowers to brighten this gloomy face. Perhaps I can get Telka to help me. 9. Mid-year. Spent most of the day consoling Laud, who received news of his cousin Grimvoter's death. They were quite close as youths, and Laud drank and talked of his childhood memories. It was touching but bittersweet. 22nd Mid-year. A wandering peddler passed through Falthreach today. I purchased a few sticks of incense from him. He was a nice young Nord lad, following in his father's footsteps. I think his name was Volaborn. A few days later, one of the town guards spied a pack of Cairn birds circling near the road. He found young Volaborn's corpse, victim of a bandit attack. My heart is heavy, and yet I should know better. Life and death, growth and change, the turning of the seasons, these are the full aspects of the mighty Archay. I should not be so afflicted by the death of one young man, and yet... 12th. Sun. Height travelers pass through town, speaking of the land in the grip of the high summer. These are the warmth days of the year in Skyrim, but not in Falthreath. Here all is mist, and the fog and rain. It is always cool and damp, and the seasons have little meaning. Sololf asked me about this day. He said that in a place of the dead, such as our great cemetery, Archay dominion should be absolute. And yet, Archay is also the Lord of Seasons, and his place seems untouched by them. I gave the best answer I could, explaining that Falkreach is indeed a place of great power for Archay, but he prefers to keep it this way, solemn and grey. Hopefully, that was at least partly true, but who can possibly know the mind of a god? 20 Sun Height. Dream of the war again. but this time something different. I was leading a small band of Altmer battle mages on a mission deep into the heart of Imperial territory. We had drawn near our target, a supply depot outside of Shadenhall, when the sky suddenly darkened. A great shadow passed over us, and there was a roar so terrible it chilled my blood. Something was flying just overhead, so huge and so dark, as if to blot out the sun. The dream changed. Then I was here in Falthreach, performing a service for someone who had just passed away, though I do not recall who. From the corner of my eye, I saw a stranger approaching. I turned to look, but the shadow came again, and the roar. Then I awoke. And now that I reflect on the dream, I cannot help but wonder, was it a dragon? Why would I dream of such a creature when I have never seen one? It seemed so real at the time, but now the memory is fading. What it means, I cannot say. Probably nothing. So interestingly, it seems like he had a vision of Alduin, which is an interesting bit of lore, which I actually haven't watched anything on Thorndur, so it's actually pretty interesting to me. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoy. I'm sorry for the quality on the video. I am recording off my phone, but hopefully my voice is enough for you to like this video. And if you did, I appreciate if you gave it a like. Now, if there's any of the Skyrim books you'd like me to read, please let me know, because I like reading, and if I can do it for a video, that's a plus plus. I'll still be doing some of these videos, of course, because it's a simple, relaxing time. But besides that point, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, depending on where you live, and I'm gonna end it here. Lovely jubbly, and hope you enjoyed.